Just bring your tissues with you. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And here's our review for Coco. The story of Coco centers around a young boy named Miguel who inspires to become a musician just like his idol Ernesto de la Cruz. Upset that his family doesn't share his passion, Miguel sets out to follow his dream and seize the moment. But when he crosses into the land of the dead, he finds out there's more to his family's story than he knew. Ever since I saw the trailer, I've been very excited to see this movie. We really haven't had, I don't think, any Disney or Pixar movie that centers around like the Latino culture.
No, I don't think there has been. I think this is the first one.
So I've been so excited. The trailer looked beautiful, and I couldn't wait to get into it. What were your initial thoughts?
When I first saw the trailers, I was a little underwhelmed.
Oh, really?
Because I couldn't really tell what the story was about, why he was going into the land of the dead. But it was a Pixar movie, so I was intrigued. And for the longest time, I didn't even really hear anything about it.
Right.
It wasn't until recently that I started to hear like the buzz around this movie.
I mean, I knew from when I first saw the trailer that one, it was going to be beautiful, and two, I was really going to like the music, and it was going to, as in Pixar fashion, it was probably going to make me cry. And boy, does this movie make me cry. What I loved so much about this story is if you are Hispanic or Latino, or you've grown up in that community, like I'm from Miami, well I'm from Taiwan technically, but it's a whole thing. I lived in Miami for years. Like I went to school there, like I went to middle school, high school, college, whatever. Like so I consider myself a Miami girl. When you're surrounded by that and you watch this movie, you get it. You totally get it, and that's how they talk to each other, the whole family, how they are so involved in each other's lives, and there's just this bond, this unexplainable bond that you just can't help but love, and it's amazing to watch it come to screen.
And that's what's so awesome about this movie, and this is where this movie really does get its heart. It is its connection to family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much the adventure of one family. And you learn about the importance of remembering your family, knowing where you come from, knowing your history, and having that connection. And it does an amazing job on just tugging on those heartstrings.
Yeah. And
characters that they introduce at the very beginning, and then they're kind of not in the middle, but then they bring them back.
Yeah.
I mean, especially his grandma Coco.
Oh man, she is definitely the heart in this movie, and I won't say more, but just bring your tissues with you.
It really does. I mean, it's fun and adventurous through the beginning part of the movie.
Yeah.
But it really does have a lot of good heartstring tugs.
I would say family is definitely the key word for this movie. I also wanted to add that once they went into the land of the dead, it was so fascinating to see, because I know when the trailer came out, everybody, myself included, compared this to, just looks-wise, judging completely on appearance, the Book of Life. I didn't see Book of Life. I don't know if you saw Book of Life.
No, never saw it.
But I believe it was also revolves around Day of the Dead, which is a super important holiday in the movie, very prominent. But I like, for me anyways, I like how they talked about Day of the Dead, what's important, what it is about. So for everyone out there who doesn't know anything about it, you're not just thrown into the world and they don't expect you to just know about it. They really give you a good history, like a kid's history lesson on Day of the Dead, and now I have an understanding why it is so important.
And that's also something that I loved, was the connection that they made with Day of the Dead and being able to explain it, because honestly I don't really know much about it. But being able to present it the way that they presented the history of this holiday, and to be able to make you understand exactly the importance of it and what it's really about, they did a really good job.
I know we talked about in the beginning, like, this movie's gonna make you cry. Yes, it does make you cry, but it is first and foremost a kid's movie. The humor in this is so good. Like, I would be crying and laughing at the same time. And the jokes, what I really like about Pixar movies is there's some jokes that just rides that thin line where it's like, it's really for the adults, but it's funny enough for the kids that they'll laugh at it. But it's like this story, it's not very, I know it's centered around a kid, but it's not super kiddish. Yes, you're gonna bring, it's a family movie, but I would say the conflict is very more adult, more complex.
True, but that's something that Pixar has always done very well, is the fact that they've gotten some kind of connection to where everyone can relate. In all of their movies, for Coco, you can really relate to this kid wanting to be able to show his love of music, but his family's like, no, you can't do that, and wanting to express yourself. And that struggle, especially when you're a young kid, of wanting to be able to do something that you love, and having your parents saying, like, you're not allowed to do it, or
it's
it's forbidden, and just to have that his struggle and his frustration, everyone can kind of relate to that. Even though you might not be able to relate to some of the other cultural things because you've never experienced them, but everyone can relate to this struggle of wanting to be true to yourself and follow your dreams and follow your passions. And they do an amazing job with it.
Yeah, and I just can't stop talking about the color and how beautiful the animation was. It is just so vibrant, everything, and I literally mean everything comes to life in this movie, and it's just so much fun to see. We only saw it once. I feel like I need to see it a couple more times just to really wrap my head around the whole thing. Do I want to cry multiple times when I see this movie? No, but it's just, there is something when the entire theater goes silent and all you hear is sniffles, and that's how I'm
especially with kids in the movie theater.
Yeah, and the kids didn't really quite get it, but everybody was really quiet during those moments, and it's a very powerful message, and I appreciate this movie so much. Also, I want my own spare guide, so I will just if I could have a spare guide, it would be Falcor. If you see the movie, comment below and let me know what your spare guide would be.
This movie overall was just truly amazing.
Yes.
I mean, there's really nothing that I can knock it down on, or even think of any kind of negative that I would want to put to this movie, because throughout the entire movie, I was entertained, I was laughing, I was interested in the story, I was crying, it was a true movie-going experience.
Yeah, that's such a good way to put it.
I loved it. It had everything you want, and a good message, a good story. I loved this movie.
So what is your rating for the movie?
Catch it opening night. Go out and see this movie. Get good theater seats too. I would go to IMAX. I would see this in Prime. Because
if it's available for you.
It's such a beautiful looking movie, and it's such a good story, and you would be able to recline in your own seat and be able to just also be able to kind of like sink into your chair a little bit. So when the tears do come, you can kind of be because when you're in the theater and you're more like closer to each other, you're kind of like, I don't want to cry.
Oh, really?
A little bit, but
I did not care
sometimes. But when you're able to kind of be like, there's a lot of times where I was like, I'm okay. Yeah,
it's okay. Everybody in the theater had tears in their eyes. It didn't matter where you were sitting. My rating for this movie is also Catch It Opening Night. It is such a fantastic movie. Again, great animation. I love the voice talents. I love the music, and I am ready to go back. This is truly a movie-going experience, and I think this is why we are in love with Pixar movies, because they have the ability with storytelling to bring something out within you that you didn't know you had, to feel the way you feel. Well, you're just going to go in, you're going to watch a Disney movie, so people are like, oh, it's a kid movie, but it's just so much more than that. So go ahead and lose yourself. Go see this movie, lose yourself in it, have so much fun, and let us know in comments below what you thought of the movie and what was your favorite part, and if you cried or not. Well, guys, so that's it for this movie review. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out our Patreon if you get a chance, and we'll see you in the next video.